This video will focus on the main features of Blackboard that I presented and you really need to learn quickly to start working in the course. In class I talked about logging in first to my ECC, but you can also go a little faster maybe if you log straight into blackboard.ecc.edu. So I'm going to demonstrate that here. My sign-in is my ECC email address. That's like my username. And then your password that you have to set and remember. If you lose it, you'll have to ask the IT people in the computer lab to help you. So we're signing in to Blackboard, and sometimes they will send you a code on your phone to prove that you are really who you say you are. So I've checked my phone and I put in my 6-digit security code, and this will happen every few weeks. I want to stay signed in because Blackboard likes to sign people out frequently. So if you don't use Blackboard for half an hour or an hour, it will just automatically sign you out, and that causes big trouble. Here I am on my main Blackboard kind of landing pages. I'm in the faculty area here first, but you'll be down in the student area. And I'd like to point out that Blackboard does have its own little orientation sessions, but it's a little tricky to use because you have to know how to open the left panel and go into the lessons. And most of what I've been explaining is here in Blackboard module number 1 in the lecture areas, and I've been explaining navigating, email, discussions, assignments, and tests. Next week we'll do discussions a little bit more advanced there. So coming back to the main student page here, of course we'll be going into my courses. If you think your internet program browser doesn't show Blackboard correctly, you could check it here and it would tell you some things that might be missing. There's a lot of other nice campus services down here. I'll show you the library resources pretty soon. But the main feature is always going to be my courses. And when we go into my courses, what we're going to see is a list of all the main courses. Now, I'm going to stop at this page, and before I go into the courses, the separate courses, I want to point out something very special, and that's the 3 lines up here. The 3 lines up here are going to take you outside the courses into a left menu over here that has features which really cover all the courses and collect information from the courses and put it all together in a way that can really help you stay organized. The one I emphasized in class was called Calendar, because the calendar will show what's due and when it's due. And when I click here on due dates, I can see that there's an assignment due on 9/11 and what time it's due. So the calendar view is the best place to see what you really have to do. You can also check your messages here in all the different courses. You can see how many messages you got in each course. And I mentioned that there's an organization for English practice that we use, special for our program, EAL Language Practice. And there is an activity stream. The activity stream looks at keeps a little record of all the places that you have used in Blackboard, that you have been to. And in class I talked about how this picture is for a test. So here is a test that I was doing 5 hours ago. Here is an announcement that happened 5 hours ago. I can go back through time and see all the little things that I was doing inside the activity stream. And the reason this is so convenient is that you don't have to search through all your courses to find specific folders. Some of my courses like this one are going to have many, many folders, and you might get lost in my folders. But if you quickly open the activity stream, you will be able to see what you were doing in the last day or the last hours and go directly there. So it's very convenient and saves time. The main feature that we're using all the time is courses. And when I open my courses, I'm going to go here first of all, 041 as an example. The big thing I want to emphasize here is that there are two special symbols at the top, the 3 lines and the circle with the arrow. So the 3 lines is like a main menu that's really not inside, it's actually outside the courses because it covers all the courses, but the circle and the arrow is looking inside the courses at the folders that are in that course. And it opens up this left panel menu here. And as the course develops, they'll have a lot more folders and areas over here to work in. If I want to close the panel, I click the X. Now I want to show you how the screen will change, kind of in a very surprising way. The view that I'm showing right now is what I would sort of call a tablet view. It's kind of between a phone view and a computer view. A normal computer view will show a lot more information on one screen. And to get to that view, I'm going to hit Control and minus at the same time. Control and minus. And when I hit it twice, you will notice a lot more information and choices are appearing on the side, on the top, and even up in the corner. We're seeing a lot more choices and information. So this Control minus view is a higher resolution. It's letting me see a main menu area in the black over here. And very important is this little pop-out arrow right here. I can open the course menu. I can open it and close it with that little arrow. So this is kind of convenient because we don't want this open all the time. Sometimes we want more space to work over here. So the pop-out arrow is a nice little feature. And the other nice feature is to be able to see our folders up at the top. And this comes only in the high resolution area. Now I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do Control plus and go back to low resolution. Basically, this is what you see on your phone most of the time. Your phone cannot show a lot of information at one time. So in your phone, you're always going to be using these buttons to go to different places, and these areas will not stay open usually on the phone. This is the low resolution view that we get with Control plus. So most people on a big computer screen will want to use this view here where they can get more information all at the same time. It's usually a little bit more convenient. In class, I emphasized that the pictures are very important inside Blackboard items. We can or sections of Blackboard. They're actually like web pages in Blackboard. So I said this picture has a chain on it. It is a link. And the link goes, in this case, it's going to go outside of Blackboard in this link. And so this link, you can't tell exactly, but it's going to my website, a little website I created for learning Blackboard, learning WebEx, and learning Flipgrid, the other program we're trying to learn. And this is not a college website, it's my website. but I included some pages here to the college and a big section here about Blackboard videos, Blackboard tutorial. Click on Blackboard. These are official videos from the Blackboard company training you how to use the Blackboard system that we have here right now. So we did assignments and we did some tests. We did not do email, and next week we'll be soon we'll be doing discussions. It's very important, discussions there. So I'm going to go back now to the Blackboard view of folders, and right now, by the way, we are actually inside of one of the folders, and this is tricky, but do you see this blue line over here? There's a little arrow that pops up. If I move away, it disappears, and then it pops up. So this arrow again will open up the course menu with all the course folders in it, and we are in a course folder right now called First Week, a main course folder called First Week. So I'm going to slowly start adding things here. This is a web link. You look at the picture there. If I go down here, the other day we did first steps. I said that these three little dots are very important. This is a test. Tests are mostly where you get your grades in Blackboard. So after I give a lesson, usually you'll see a test or a link to a test. You go there and you take your little quiz or your test. This test just says, what is your name? The end, and then submit. This test is a multiple choice test. We'll be doing a lot like this, multiple choice. So I'm going to say, what is the teacher's first name? It is Chris. Save and submit when I'm done. And I confirm, I press OK. And then I have to press OK again 2 times. This is strange in Blackboard, but I press OK again, and then I get my score. Sometimes after a multiple choice test, you might also get a information about which answer you gave and which is the real correct answer. They might explain that in the feedback after multiple choice. Now I will go back to First Week, and I asked students to do a little first step called an assignment. Notice how the picture changes. Here's the 3 dots, but here it's just straight lines. This is the special picture for assignments. You get scores and points from tests, and you also get them from assignments. When I open the assignment, it tells me how many points. This is all practice. It tells me there's a rubric here and explains how those points will be calculated in the rubric. So here I can open the rubric and see the information about this grade will be based on grammar and vocabulary, something like that. Then here is the assignment, and I recommended that my students usually would not type in the box. You can see there is the box down here. This is these are comments. Don't put a homework into comments. The box is down here. Where is it? Okay, there's 2 main ways to give your assignment. One is to attach a Word document, and the other is to type in the box. If you want to do the box, you go to Write Submission, and a box will open, and you can type in the box. Well, this is the box for typing. I don't like this system, and last night I was typing in a box like this, and after 20 or 30 minutes the page closed and I lost everything. I had to do it all over again. This happens in Blackboard every 20 or 30 minutes. Things will just close. So I think the best way to give an assignment is to go outside of Blackboard and open up your work like in Microsoft Word, and I'll quickly do it here. I opened Microsoft Word and I started a new blank document, and the question was, write 2 sentences about your family. I have a large family with 4 kids. 3 have finished college and moved out. That's my family. Okay, now I finished the assignment. I have to save the assignment somewhere. Put it in an easy place like on the desktop or in the documents. If you could put it in OneDrive here also. OneDrive is a great place to save things that will always be safe for you. You'll never lose it. You'll always be able to get it back in OneDrive. But for now, I'm just going to quickly put it into my documents, save it there in my documents. Now, I know it's been saved, and by the way, I also have to close it too. I can't submit it until it's been closed, but I can now use the special button here. I can browse my computer and look for that document in my documents. And there it is in my documents. I have a large family. I'm going to open the document so that it will be attached. Here it is right here. It's ready to attach. Now I click on Submit. Submit, and it will be added here. And finally I click Submit again, and it's all set to go. I've sent it into it. Mine is not accepting it because I'm a teacher, but normally it would accept it. Finally, one very useful thing here is the I've been sending you emails, and I've been using the area here called What's New and Due. If you open this up, you will see recent announcements from the course, and all the announcements will be listed here. But unfortunately, and you'll also see a list of new things that have been added into the course, but you will not see due dates, unfortunately. The due dates feature is not working in the course area. That means you have to go outside the course into the calendar view that I showed over here and click on due dates to see your due dates. You can't find them inside the course. So to really stay organized, you need this calendar view, and most of your courses will probably be using it, so you'll be able to see all your due dates for all your classes, which is very convenient for staying organized.